Hello? Take it you're not doing anything important at the moment other than, yeah. I have something I want you to take a look at. It's actually a fanfic that I think you'll find quite interesting, so if you don't mind. Okay. There it is. And before I leave, I have something I want to give back to you. I believe it's high time you get it back in your possession, in my opinion. I'm trusting you on this. Don't let me down. Enjoy the fanfic. Hello, I'm the FanFic Critic. I read it, you listen. Today's fanfic is called A World Without Dot. It's on DeviantART, and the author is WarnerFan14. Now, judging by the name Dot, I'm assuming that they mean Dot as in Animaniacs. And seeing the author calls himself WarnerFan14, it's not going to surprise me at all if this is supposed to be an Animaniacs fanfic. Now, because it's on DeviantArt, I can't tell you what its rating is or how many reviews it got, but I can at least do this one thing. It has 14 comments and 5 favorites. So, let's not waste any time and let's read the fanfic. It was December, the month of Christmas, and Dot was having a quote-unquote bad hair day, if you know what I mean. Everything around her was going wrong. She tried to help Yakko with the lights, but when she was asked to hold the ladder for him, the second that Dot touched it, it broke apart and Yakko had gotten a few bruises on his body. So she apologized to Yakko and went over to Wakko to help with the Christmas tree. But when Wakko asked Dot to hold their other ladder he was on, the same exact thing happened and she also apologized to Wakko. Dot felt sad that she was getting her own brothers injured and both Yakko and Wakko yelled at her for the injuries she caused. So Dot ran, and in parentheses also crying, to her room. You don't need the parentheses there, just... You could have just had to say, so Dot ran crying into her room. That's what you could have said. She was so depressed about what had happened. She wished she never born. Oh, I'm sorry. She wished she was never born. I can relate. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, quote-unquote Pip Pump Handle as the desire fulfillment facilitator appeared and granted her wish. Where am I? Dot asked. You are in a non-existent and also unknown universe, the DFF replied. Okay, first of all, use quotation marks, and secondly, if someone else is starting a new line of dialogue, have it be in a separate paragraph, not in the same paragraph. You had just wished you were never born, and unfortunately I was forced to come and grant it. Why were you forced to grant my wish? Asked Dot. Wishes are very powerful things, Dot, replied the DFF. So powerful they can never be ignored by a fairy like me. I actually feel guilty about putting both my brothers through that horrible journey when really I wanted something and not actually needed something. Like the beauty mark I had gotten, said Dot. Huh? What does it have to do with them falling off a ladder and her not wanting to be born? The DFF nodded and told Dot it was time to go. No, Dot shouted. I at least want to see what my brothers' lives are like if I was not born. Or if I am not born. It's not exactly a wish, but it's still... Get rid of the word it's, please. But still. It's my job. It's in my job description, the DFF admitted. So in a flash, Dot could see Yakko, depressed and working. What's wrong with Yakko? Dot asked. Since you aren't born in this universe, Yakko is forced to work non-stop to make sure they have enough money for both Wakko and himself so they can have some food, the DFF said. But King Salazar doesn't know he's working as a shoemaker. That's horrible, said Dot. I know, the DFF said. The material used to make the shoes aren't even in good quality either, because even the leather straps keep falling apart and the shoelaces made from animal hair are all so stiff because they have been in boxes for so long, which wastes money if he has to throw them away. I can't take it, Dot said in torture of seeing what she was watching. Change it to Wakko's one, please. Okay then, the DFF said. Then, like a flash, Dot could see Wakko. Is that Wakko? Dot asked in confusion. Yes, the DFF simply replied. Wakko had no choice but to sell his hat for food. Actual food, the DFF said. He also has been trying to make a living by doing charity work for other villages and in return getting some food. As soon as she realized what she had done, she ended up crying her eyes out. Please, for all that is worthy, I wish to change everything back to the way it originally was, Dot asked the DFF. Well, if it's a wish you want, it's a wish you'll get, the DFF said. Then suddenly Dot woke up, realizing it was all a dream. It was midnight. She decided to wake both her brothers and tell them what happened. She broke down when she told them that she wished she was never born because of what happened. Dot, we didn't mean to yell at you, Yakko explained. After all, it was all an accident. We're sorry we both yelled at you, both Yakko and Wakko said. Also, we've got to get better ladders, Yakko admitted. And Yakko? Dot asked. Sorry I got you all worried about the fake illness when it was really just for a beauty mark. Apology accepted, Yakko said. So they all hugged and happily went back to their beds. But outside, the DFF appeared for a few seconds and winked at the readers and then flew off into the night sky. This story goes to show you that despite the troubles a family will have, they will always be together and care about each other and learn from their mistakes. The end. Aside from some layout and grammar issues, this story did have a good moral, I have to admit. I'm assuming it takes place after Yakko's or Wakko's wish. I'm assuming that's when it takes place, but it does have a good moral. Indeed it did. The story had a very good moral to it after all. It's one of the reasons why I wanted you to take a look at it. I thought that it would help you with how you're feeling right now. You know what I mean. Look, I know that you're still upset, and that you're still guilt-ridden over what happened back in July, but you can't keep on beating yourself up about it. You just can't. Because, you know, I got over it. I'm not angry, I'm not upset. I'm here now, living, breathing. It's not like I'm dead anymore. And I've already forgiven you for it. And you need to forgive yourself. You can't keep on beating yourself up over the incident. It's not healthy for you. And trust me, I did hear about what you said. About how you could relate to Dalt in this sense and how you sometimes wish you weren't ever born. Well, I'm glad you were. Trust me, I think I would be worse off without you. probably still be stuck in England. Who knows what I'd be doing. You may be a Looney Tune, but you're the closest thing to a family I got, and I don't want to lose you anytime soon. Anyway, I just came up to let you know that I have lunch downstairs. If you want to join me, you can go right ahead after you finish the review. I'll be waiting. Well, I'm the FanFic Critic. May I read it? You listen? I'm going to join my friend for lunch.